And we are live on Unfiltered. I am joined, as always, by William Mason, the new assistant coach of the Gold Coast Titans. Will, congratulations.
Anyone can get that job.
Well, it does appear as if anyone can get that job, because what has happened is that they've gone through an exhaustive process, the Gold Coast Titans, of ringing one bloke and then giving him the job. There has been talk in the paper about all these other people that have been interviewed. They've all come out and said they haven't been interviewed at all. They didn't even get so much as a phone call. It does seem to me as if it's been a very strange way for them to pick a head coach. William, do you think that the Gold Coast Titans went through an exhaustive process, or did they just go, this bloke's got the job?
Yeah, it seems weird, and it sort of just pretty much typifies that club at the moment. Pretty inconsistent, all over the shop, making rash decisions on and off the field. It's disappointing. I mean, I think that it might have been portrayed in the media how quick it's come, but they might have known Justin Holbrook for years. I think they've interviewed the Walker brothers.
Have they?
Yeah, I was talking to Chris Walker the other day. They had brief words. It wasn't anything in depth. That's the thing, and they pretty much had Justin Holbrook earmarked straight away. So there wasn't really much of a process. And I would be thinking, to get the head coaching job at any NRL facility or any NRL team, it's something major. It's not a joke. And I think the way that it's played out, or the way that they've done things, looks pretty like Bush League. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go coach the NRL Titans. See you later, St Helens.
Yeah.
I got the job.
Yeah.
Like it seems like that. Maybe I hope to God that Mal's been involved with CEOs and everything like that. Other than that, it seems like they've made just a decision just off, Justin Holbrook. St Helens is going good. They're in the Challenge Cup. They're going to be a really good team. Justin Holbrook's been in the system over there, in the system over here with the Roosters and everything like that. And I've known Justin since in 98, 99 when he was at the Bulldogs, so he can coach.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between coaching Super League and then coming to coach the Titans. So I just think they should have. Well, there is.
It's like
mate, St Helens. St Helens is a massive club over there, and they've got some great players at the moment. They're winning the comp by $1 billion. You can't really coach them that well over there. Like it's very bad. It's a different sort of system over there. Super League and NRL. NRL is a lot. The nuances in the game, the wrestling and everything like that. Different characters, egos. It's different. It's different. Like if you've got a better team over there, if you've got the better team, you win majority of the games.
Yeah.
So if you're coming first and you're coming 16, you'll beat the last place by 50.
Yeah.
That's how much of a gap it is. Like over here, the Titans are coming last year. I could back them against, this week, whoever they play, could beat the Tigers.
Roosters.
Or the Roosters, whoever they play, but they have the team to beat it. And that's the difference between, coaching over there and coaching here. It's a big difference and plus coming to a place like the Titans.
I'll tell you what's funny as well.
Which is struggling a little bit.
Struggling? It's the worst club in the world. You look at,
and it shouldn't be. And it's disappointing.
No, I don't understand anyway. We can go into that later, but they come out and they say this is why the media in rugby league has got such little respect at the moment. But they come out and they go, Kevy Walters, he's 100% going to get the job. And Kevy Walters goes, I don't want the job. And everyone goes, yeah, you do, Kev. Yeah, you do.
Kev.
Next thing in the paper, Kevin Walters is a shoo-in. You find out some imbeciles printed that he's got the Gold Coast Titans Mercedes van driving around in it. No. It's just made up.
It is. But that's what the media do. It's clickbait. It gets them on their reading papers and shit. Why would Kevy risk coaching the Maroons 6 weeks out of the year, getting paid X amount of dollars, doing a little bit of commentary on Fox Sports, and getting paid a fair whack, or go throw all that away? And he's got a really big job with the Maroons. He takes it personally. He's very emotionally invested in that. He wants to see that Queensland side grow and be dominant like they were. So he's got a really big job ahead of him. I hope he does get the job again. But him to go back to and regress and go to the Titans, it's not like he invested to go to the Broncos, which he wanted to do, or Melbourne, or some strong club. You go to the Titans, who are sitting at the bottom, who are going through a massive rebuild within their club, their coach, their players, everything.
It's
just a shit fight. Yeah, it's a shit fight at the moment. You think Kevy's going to go back? He's not that dumb.
No.
You go back to, you pick and choose. When you're in Kevy's position, you're in a power position where you can pick and choose. Yeah, I don't really want to coach you. And as if you would coach the Titans at the moment.
I'll tell you what, this Justin Holbrook must hate it in England, because he's going from an absolute
If he wouldn't go from St Helens, St Helens. His dream is to if you're a coach, you want to coach in the NRL.
Yeah.
And he's an Aussie bloke. He played about 20 NRL games over here. He was a journeyman, smart player. I got nothing but respect for him, and I hope he goes well. But he's been He obviously wants the pressure and he knows what comes with it. He signed a 2-year deal. At least he gave him 2 years to prove himself. He's got the roster there. That's a top 8 roster.
Has he got a 5-year plan?
But then I look at guys like I go back to the Walker brothers. It's like, why doesn't someone take a chance on them? Like, they're very innovative. They want to change the game up a little bit. They want to play football. The game at the moment is at its peak, I think, but we're still not playing enough football. I think it's very, very robotic when I look at the game. But like, there's athletes out there that can play football, and I think the coaching is coming back around to let younger players actually play football. Like Tyrone Roberts, Ash Taylor. They're natural ball players, but they seem so structured. You can't structure those two plays. Let them play. Hopefully Justin Holbrook comes in and lets them play the back end of the year, because they've got strike power all over the place. They're just not coached well. And I think as a player looking from the outside in, the players didn't give a fuck about the head coach.
No.
They walked all over him and give him no respect. And it's a big thing these days. Players need to respect the coach.
If they were going to get the job, though, if they were going to get a job in the NRL, this would have been the one, because there's no pressure, because everyone expects them to be.
I would have thought they would have got the back end just to give him, like, we'll give you 8 games, boys, see what you can do.
Yeah.
And maybe they would have won, 6 from 8, or they would have got beat, or whatever. I just think a team needs to take a gamble on them, and I thought it would have been the Titans. It would have been the perfect time just to come in as an interim, give them 8 games. These guys just love coaching football.
Yeah.
I've seen the way they coach, and everyone's going, oh, they're going shit in Queensland Cup. So, okay, well, they don't get any NRL players coming back. No. Where everyone else is getting 7 or 8 Melbourne Storm players, Brisbane players, Titans players. They're still nearly in the top 8, so they're obviously doing something right there. So, I don't know, it's a bit disappointing. I think, because they're not in the boys' club when it comes to the coaching. They do their own thing. They're a bit of a rogue sort of way they play. It's very innovative. It's not the same as everybody else. It's a bit out there. So I don't think anyone's willing to take a chance on them. But hopefully, if they keep getting the results there, they'll...
Maybe they can coach Balmain Reggie. They've got 26 first graders. Now, speaking of coaches... Ivan Cleary had an interesting little experience on the weekend where he has allegedly given it in a...
He smashed the ref.
He's given it to a ref. There's no way of saying it. He's basically pulled the bloke in at the tunnel and said, you're lying all over the players, blah, blah, blah. Why should Ivan Cleary be allowed to address a referee? Remember when Phil Gould got sent off in that filthy tracksuit back in the... Remember when he got sent off?
Yeah.
So why is Ivan Cleary... They've said today that there'll be no...
Well, yeah, I know. This is about being, the NRL being reactive, not proactive. There should be rules where... There are rules implemented that the head coach can't come and absolutely slam a ref at half time. When has that been done? Last time was probably Gus.
Yeah.
That is a rule. But so the NRL should have thrown the book at him.
End of game. If you give a coach a
end of the game, give a coach, but half
time,
and he's in his grill. It didn't look good for the game.
No,
and it didn't look good for Penrith, and it didn't look good for him. Like, he should know better. I mean, if you're a leader of men out there, what do you expect from your players if you're going to go to the ref and absolutely spray him? Everybody loses their shit as a player, but you don't expect your coach to at half time, maybe at full time when you've been absolutely slammed by the ref and everything like that. But like, you want your I've never seen any of my head coaches give it to a ref at half time.
No,
it's not really that drastic. You still got 40 more minutes to turn around. It's not like they were getting there was like 15 penalties to none. It was all they was talking about was the ruck, and Jimmy Maloney and Tarmac already had the crack at the ref.
Yeah,
and the ref was fucking right at these wits ends. And then Cleary comes along, so it just didn't look good. I don't know, it looked very unprofessional.
Yeah.
You'd expect that from a club side.
You look
Barella
at
Bears or something.
Well, there's been that big stink with that A-grade side up at Narrabeen.
No disrespect, Barella. I love you, boys.
Probably love you. I've never heard of it. It's probably like place. But there was that big stink where in that A-grade side, that bloke was filmed having a crack at the sideline and he's going to get a life ban. But how's it any different?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. The NRL, this is up to the NRL, and this is why they get paid the big bucks. They've got to make the hard decisions. Like, we can sit here and talk about it, and it should be this and should be that, but he got away with it.
We get paid the big bucks.
Exactly. There's no repercussions.
Yeah.
He got away with it.
But
then, you know what? The next ref is going to get, not the next ref, the next coach is going to get a book thrown at him.
Yeah.
But they just let him go.
Did you hear that sneeze? Our producer was
relax in there, mate. But I just think they had a perfect opportunity here to stick up for the refs, because the refs are copping an absolute barrage at the moment. And they fucking deserve it too. They've been awful.
Do they deserve it?
Yeah.
So 4 of them got dropped. There was a couple of incidents in the Warrior and the Parramatta game I can understand why everybody's upset. But at the end of the day, refs make mistakes.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. You just got to be willing to cop it. Like if we're going to have all the technology with the bunker, with everything like that, and we're still stuffing it up, aren't we? Like
And
obviously
it's human error.
it's human error. We can go by human error, but when we go to the bunker and everything like that, we still don't get it right. We can't.
Because there's a human there.
Yeah, because there's another human running it.
There's another human doing it.
There's another exactly. That's what I'm saying. People don't get it. It's like, oh, how do you stuff it up when it's in the bunker? There's another dude in there making the same mistake. And there's so much grey area in the game at the moment, and players are all over the place, and they play to the nth degree. We play with you piss refs off. You know what I mean? There's so many rules you can push. Like Cameron Smith probably does it the best.
Yeah.
And then just a couple of little decisions here from the refs. It's just like the massive one was the Warriors.
Yeah.
That forward pass that cost them a top 8 spot.
Yeah.
Now the Warriors would probably just they'll probably come third last. That was a brilliant ball.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant ball, and it was a match winner. Who called that? You took balls to do, and it wasn't forward. I mean, like if you compare it to other, this is all players and coaches are doing, and fans. You're like, let's just go down. Let's go through the whole games and go. That was forward. That was forward. That was more forward. And then you got that one. It's a line ball, and their season's on the line, and you just went, nah, forward pass.
Yeah.
See, as a player, that could make that. The coach should have lost his shit.
Yeah.
That's when you lose your shit. Not when you're getting done at halftime because of the wrestling and shit. That I could go to my head coach. Yeah, you should have given him a spray. Because that was gut wrenching. Even I was watching, I was just like, oh no, that was such a great play. RTS down the short side, flicked it. It was a beautiful ball. They would be on 19 points now, equal with the Broncos.
Who'd be a referee though? Like,
I think Chechen's a great ref.
At what point in your life do you go to yourself, do you know what? I've been watching the footy. These blokes are unreal. They get to go out there. They get hammered.
There's a question: who wants to be a ref?
Yeah,
I've always said who is a good ref.
No,
I was giving you a rap, Chech.
No, but who wants to be a referee? You sit there and you watch it. You get blokes. You go to the game. You see blokes chucking drinks at them, and it's just the pits.
It's hard because, as you said, like where everybody talks about them on every single forum, Twitter, Instagram. Everybody has their own show, Fox Sports, everything like that. There's nothing but bad publicity for the poor blokes.
Yeah.
And it is human error. I've never really personally had a massive run-in with any refs. I mean, like you can never really get your own way all the time, but like I can see how players are losing the plot on the game.
Yeah.
Because there's some decisions like that RTS, two of us to check that would have lost it if I was on the field. Because of the simple fact that there's been a lot more passes being called forward. That's the only reason. If they're consistent about it and they call every single pass, fine with it.
Yeah, well, I think everybody needs to realise that without referees, there's no game. And
but back to your question,
humans.
Nobody wants to be a ref.
No, good on you for being a ref. That's excellent. There's obviously
they're going to be ref until they're 80.
There's obviously something missing in your life, but you just keep
Bill
on
Harrigan's
going.
going to come back.
The Knights, speaking of missing, the Knights are missing 3 or 4 players. That's a nice segue because Nathan Brown's dropped them. He has had enough of making excuses for his players.
Are they really that big a deal, the players that he's dropped? It's not like you're dropping Ponga or Pearce or anything like that.
Yeah, Ramian, Like he was supposed to be playing Origin last year. They've targeted him as a massive signing. The bloke sat on the right edge and he never touches the ball.
Yeah, but you look at Ramian and you go, he's been off for about 3 weeks. Danny Levi's been in and out. SASA's been inconsistent in and out. So it's like, and then I looked at their 17. I'm like, yeah, that's probably the 17 I'd pick at round 1 anyway.
Yeah.
It's not really, it was always wielding the axe. I think Brownie's probably sitting there going, no, this is probably the team that I wanted at the start. So I don't think it's that big a deal. Knights just need to win. They're playing shit at the moment. I mean, like everybody's, catching on to Ponga going left side of the field, attacking left side, comes off his left foot. Good luck stopping it because he stepped about 6 blokes against the Tigers. But he's phenomenal. But like he can't do it all himself. No. Pearcey's in a little bit of a lull after the Origin. Most of the players, I mean, like Clemmer's doing his job. Glasby, all these sort of players, they're doing their job, but they're just not, their defence isn't the same as when they did win those 7 games in a row. They were dynamic, they were hitting blokes, they were dominating the ruck, they were winning the play the balls. Now they're not winning the play the balls, their runs aren't as dominant. So,
do you know what I haven't heard anyone say? One thing the Knights have never had to worry about is the State of Origin period.
Yeah.
Because they've never had a State of Origin player.
6 players now.
I honestly feel that people aren't giving them credit for the fact that they've had a lot of players involved in that State of Origin. You look at the Roosters, everyone goes, they dropped games, blah, blah. Why are the Knights any different? They've got a heap of players in Origin.
Depth.
They've got no depth.
Yeah, they've got no depth, and the Roosters have got depth. You know, you slip Joseph Manu back to fullback. You know, Teddy has a little bit of a rest. You got these young kids like Zane Tedavano, Take Aho, you know, like Jared Waerea-Hargreaves. You've got good Kiwis in your side. That's what we say. But going back to the Bulldogs days when we had about 4 or 5 out, Sonny Bill, Roy Asatasi, you know, guys like that would just come up. Matty Utai, you know, we had some great players that would come up and step in and easily take our spot. And even like Rennie Matua, everyone sort of took their place and wanted to play at a first grade level. That's what's happening at Roosters. That's what happens at Melbourne. That's what happens at all the good clubs. Newcastle at the moment still don't have that winning mentality, and they rely so much on Pearce to play an 8 out of 10 game or 9 out of 10 game, and Ponga. It needs to change. Connor Watson needs to change it up from the 9 position. Like they need something. They need something to spark him, because they're not in the top 8, and you think the Sharks and Tigers aren't going to be just being so desperate. Knights play Manly this week. Like Manly's probably the formed side, you know, and that's a rivalry game. They hate each other, so like the Knights are under the most pressure in the game at the moment.
Is that Lotto Land?
And it's there, Brookie. It sucks to play there.
Lotto Land.
Lotto Land. Sorry.
Lotto Land. That takes us, nice segue from William, also to the round 20 games. So some pretty important games in the context of who is going to make the 8 and who's going to make the 4. I mean, the top 4 is sort of dragging away a little bit, but the top 8 is still something that is very, very tightly fought at the bottom. The first game of the round, we have got the Tigers with the newly retired Robbie Farah up against the Cowboys, both of who are in with a shot. What do you reckon?
Yeah, well, Cowboys have just been so disappointing. Like you backed him at the start. I'm not going to take the piss out of you, but like it's like I watch him play and I'm like, damn, you got like 5 or 6 players that are rep players in your forward pack.
Yeah.
But this is how important, like, you know, your 7 and 6 are. They've been all over. Shot Morgan's been in and out, and the fullback, it's such an important job. And you know, the forwards can't win them all the games. And like, it's going to be a good game. Where is it at? It's at Leichhardt. They're going to be hard to beat. Cowboys paying $2.30. That's a pretty good bet, because that's a rivalry game from 2005 grand final. So if I was a punter, I'd get on the Cowboys. But I still think the Tigers. I think the Tigers win, and you know they'll probably still carry off the emotion of Robbie Farah playing his 300th. And it's their heartland. They love playing at Leichhardt, and it's on a Thursday night. It's a good ground, good suburban ground. So I would actually punt on the Cowboys, but I'm going to back the Tigers.
You're going to back the Tigers?
Yeah.
I must
say...
What do
you reckon? So I got 8 from 8 last week.
Yeah, William,
I'm sorry.
I will just point out that William did get a full round last week.
So I actually do put a little bit of work in.
Oh, okay, that's your first one. The Warriors. Yeah. The Warriors still smarting over that forward pass decision, playing against my favourite team now, the Raiders.
I think that broke them.
Yeah.
It broke them mentally. They knew that would have got them in. They would have been equal 8th with the Broncos. Now they're 3rd last.
Yeah.
It sucks. And like mentally, I just don't. And as a leadership, looking at the leaders in their team, I don't think they have the right. I don't think they had the right amount. Like Isaac Luke's out this week, getting suspended, which was ridiculous. Like going back to he got 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like what's the difference between him and Jake Trbojevic? Jake Trbojevic got a warning.
I don't know.
I don't understand. And this is why players and coaches lose their shit.
Yeah.
Because Isaac Luke's record isn't the best. And Jakey's is not the best as well, but they're similar tackles. I mean, like, I just want, what's the discrepancy? What is the difference between both tackles? That's what I want to know. When you look at the judiciary and you look at the review, whatever that review panel is, and you go, yeah, they look pretty similar, but Jakey, you're off straight away, not even going to get charged. And Isaac Luke, you're off 3 games. Like, that's where players just get lost. You know, it's probably going to cost Isaac Luke a contract. He's off contract at the moment. He's going to come back probably 2 games to go or some shit like that. And he's probably going to, play his last game for the Warriors.
Speaking of contracts, how do you reckon Kearney's going? Do you reckon he's got to be under a bit of pressure, doesn't he?
Oh, I mean, he seems to slip under the radar a fair bit because he's over there. But I mean, they're massively underachievers. I look at that side, and the Warriors have always been that side. You don't know what Warriors are going to turn up.
Nicarima hasn't added much.
Not much. I mean, they're Isaac Luke, and I don't know. They've been disappointing as a Warriors fan. If you want to, you don't know what Warriors team's going to turn up. I think they're very inconsistent, and it's just typical Warrior football. Like they've structured a team that shouldn't be structured. When they play Warrior football, offloads coming out. Boys are running hard. There's massive big hits. They're fucking so hard to play against. It's very easy to play against the Warriors when you know what they're doing.
Yeah.
The hardest team to play against is the Warriors. There's a Warriors team that you don't know what's happening. So it looks like they've just gone back and just started trying to copy off Melbourne.
Yeah.
Melbourne's Melbourne.
Yeah.
Play
Do
Warrior
something
football.
else. Yeah.
Do some different
Do
shit.
something else.
So I mean, I can't go past Canberra, but like Warriors over there, you don't know what's going to happen. They're paying $2.30, so I don't know. I'd slyly put something on the Warriors
I'm going
because they're $2.30 like at home on a Friday night. So I don't know. I think the
Raiders.
Raiders will win, but I'd put some money on the Warriors.
Broncos, who have had a bit of a late season resurgence, up against the Storm.
No Pangai Jr.
No.
He's been a massive factor.
Yeah.
Massive factor in their resurgence. Him and Payne Haas have been outstanding.
What about that
Matt
forward
Lodge.
That
Forward
Broncos
pack's a
forward
bunch of
pack's
animals,
ridiculous.
man. I mean, like, and that's half the battle. That was getting those players on the same page, playing aggressive, and
Lodge is
they've
going
done it.
unreal.
Lodge has been great, and like you've seen, Payne Haas is he's easily going to get Rookie of the Year, but he's averaging like 170 metres a game,
Yeah.
35 tackles a game. Like about 70 minutes a game. He's like tackle efficiency is like 92%. Like
Yeah.
the stuff that he does for a 19-year-old is ridiculous. Like he's going to be one of the best forwards in the game if he keeps working on his game, all the little things about being a middle forward. He nails already.
Yeah.
So he's only going to get better and better. And the move from Milford from 5'8" to fullback has been ridiculous. It's been
Yeah.
unreal. So Darius Boyd, a little bit more pressure on Darius Boyd. Darius Boyd's just got to catch and pass, make the right decisions, and make his tackles. So, yeah, I think who are they playing
Did
again?
your man Wayne Bennett miss a trick there, not putting Milford to fullback?
I don't know. I think Darius Boyd was still playing at such a high level, 2015 and 16. He was still playing Origin and still playing some great football. So, yeah, I think, who do you reckon wins that? Broncos or Storm? I'm going to go...
Storm don't lose 2 in a row.
I'm going to put money on the Broncos. I'm going to bet... no, Storm will win.
Storm win.
My bad. Only because Pangai Jr. was playing, I think he'd run rough shop all through their pack. Because I know that he takes it personally against guys like Jesse Bromwich, Sofa Solomona. Someone needs to stop those two blokes because they're animals. So, with him out, it sucks.
The Manly have been a massive surprise packet this year, and congratulations to everyone involved in that. They've just been
Same roster, different coach.
Yeah,
Must be a good coach, Des.
good coach,
But he just plays to
He's a good
everybody.
judge.
But he plays to everybody's strength.
good judge.
He is a good judge, Tolman. Whatever. Well, this is probably the most. This is going to be probably the match,
cracker.
the match of the round, and probably the most important game for Newcastle.
Yeah, if Newcastle lose this,
They could slip down to 12.
yeah, they're battling.
Like, you don't think the Sharks and the Tigers are going to try and be busting their ass to try and win? Like, come on. Like, I think Manly win. They get on this roll. They look like they're playing. They all look like they're playing for each other.
Yeah.
They're doing little things. To beat Melbourne in Melbourne is such a feather in your cap for a team, and they done that last week. So I don't think. I know the Knights will come with their best team and their best attitude, but I think Manly wins.
I'm tipping the Knights in that game.
Well, it's a good tip. They're paying $2.80.
There you go.
Like, Manly's $1.43. It's a terrible bet.
Now, I'm going to. It's the Dogs up against the Panthers. In order to stop this Panthers resurgence, I really hope that the Dogs win because I still don't think Penrith are anywhere near a premiership threat, and the Dogs are probably due a win. They're going all right. They played well against the Roosters on the weekend.
Mate, they were good. I think the games like this suck for a team like Penrith because they want to really get into that top 8, and the Bulldogs just want to ruin the party.
Yeah.
And that's what teams do at the bottom half of when they're at the bottom half of the ladder. You try and ruin everybody's run to the top 8. So I'm going to actually back the Bulldogs. They're paying $2.85.
It's actually old
$2.85.
Aiden Tolman's 200th game too.
200th game for that's a massive feat.
Yeah.
He's been a stalwart for the game, like regardless of him being better than me.
He was better than
from
you.
Des.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Des.
Many stats. He had many stats to back it up too.
Yeah, he had all the stats.
All the
but
stats.
I just go by the optics, mate.
Yeah.
And I was 36.
And you've made
Come on, man.
You made one line break.
Come
in your
on,
life.
man.
Anyway, Dogs win that. The Sharks.
$2.85. That's a massive bet.
The Sharks are playing against the Wayne Bennetts. The Sharks really need to win this game.
Shark Park 2,
Yeah.
or whatever you call it, PointsBet Stadium. Paying $2. It's a fair bet. I mean, they've got a lot more to play for than the Rabbits. I'm going to go the Sharks in a dirty, filthy game.
Did you just back against Wayne Bennett?
Yeah, I just think,
Sharks.
I mean, the Rabbits probably, hopefully they don't get Sam Burgess back. They might, but, he'll probably get the last 3 games in and then they'll make a run. Yeah, they'll make a run for it.
You wouldn't rush
They look too bad. They didn't look too bad last week. But, I think the Sharks got too much to play for. They're playing for a top 8 position. And you got Fafita coming back, which adds that little bit of that X factor. You don't really know what he's going to do. And he'll be filthy on himself for letting the team down. And, he's a big part of that team. So I expect something big from him, some big minutes, some big stats. So if you're into sport, what is it, that Supercoach shit? I'll be backing him. I'm not into it, but fuck.
That's because you were shit at it as a player. I mean, I've never seen you. It was the optics. Aidan Tolman's good at that. He's a good player for that. Yeah. Now, I hope Justin Holbrook does not watch this next game because
$6.25.
What?
The Titans are paying $1.11. The Roosters are paying,
and it's I think that's.
But I look at the Titans and go, you know what? You can win games. Like you're not that bad. You're not $6 bad.
They're pretty.
Come
bad.
on.
They are pretty bad.
I mean, I know the Roosters are going all right. To have a bet, I'll be going for the Titans.
The Roosters are lifting.
I know. But like,
anyway, that's.
Who do you reckon? I mean, I know the Roosters are going to win, but I'm just thinking, if you're paying $6.25, would you just put 50 on it?
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
You don't think they can win at all?
I don't think they can win at all. They'll probably win by 30.
Fair point.
The last game is the St George Illawarra Dragons, who are playing for pride up against the Parramatta Eels, who are playing.
Who do you reckon's the favourite for that game?
Eels.
No. Dragons, $1.85. That's ridiculous. I'm not joking. Look.
Right, I don't know who set that up.
Yeah, who set that up? You're kidding yourself. Anyway, I'm going to go the Eels because they need to solidify themselves in the 8. And the Eagles could lose. I mean, it's a real jammed up the top there. So, Eels.
Where are the Eels? I know you've got here.
Mate, the Eels are coming 7th.
They're coming 7th. All right.
6th.
Yeah. Where are the Broncos?
Equal 8th. Don't worry how I put things down, mate. Don't do your head in.
All right, that concludes. Actually, I'll just have a quick look to see if we've got any questions coming in that we can answer quickly before we say goodbye. Where are we? I'm particularly good at technology. There we go.
Yeah, ask a question, eh?
Oh, people are just saying they love us. So we love you too. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week, and we hope you all enjoy the footy.
Cheers, guys. Happy punting.